Welcome back to another video. My name is Ben from Flow Brackets, and today we've got in this beautiful W213 E63 AMG. This is the pre-facelift model, not the facelift, and we'll be doing an OEM plinth delete on it to get rid of this ugly OEM plinth that's holding on this number plate with our miniature replacement part that comes with spacers, and I'll show you in which scenarios you may need them. Let's get into it. Firstly, what is the problem? The problem is this OEM plinth or original mounting box that's issued from factory is way too oversized and super ugly. You've got these sort of scallops here just to hold the screws, and it's just huge, especially when you're trying to run a very small footprint number plate like these signatures here. So our replacement part will replace it so that it's completely hidden behind the number plate. Let's get into it. Let's start by removing this number plate. This factory bracket that comes from Vic Roads, it's just not ideal. These grub screws also rust as well, and the bracket is made from a mild steel and powder coated black. And powder coat is a porous coating and it rusts from the inside out. As you can see, it's actually starting to rust here, so try not to use this bracket on the car if you can avoid it. Now let's remove these screws here. Hopefully it's not a really long one that's pierced into the bumper. It might have gone into the bumper. That looks like a really long screw. And this is one of the other reasons that you should get a OEM plinth delete kit, so that you can avoid putting more holes into your bumper. Now that you've got clear access to the bolts holding on the plinth, let's take them off. There's only 3, 1, 2, and 3. Once you remove the screws, you can then remove the OEM plinth. We'll also be removing this support here. All you need to do is grab your 2 fingers and pull either side of it off like this. So what you need to do is just grab your 2 fingers and just open it up like a peg and then pull it off. It comes off. After we've removed the OEM plinth, we've got a nice clean canvas to work off, and this is the design of our miniature replacement part plinth. You've got this locating piece here that locates with this center fin. All you need to do is push it up like this and it will self-seat. Once you're happy with that position, it doesn't really move from there, you can't really stuff it up. Grab your writing instrument and mark out the 2 holes like this. And then we can use a 3mm drill bit to pilot hole the markings. Just make sure that you go through 2 skins of plastic. After you've marked out your 2 holes and pilot drilled, there are now 2 ways to install this plinth. The first way that we're going to show you is using the self-drilling screws provided in the kit. And the second way is a much stronger way, using nutserts that you can buy as an optional extra. Now the nutserting way isn't a necessity, it's just a stronger way to do it if you're running heavier plates, for example, signatures or heritage. With that out of the way, let's get this onto the car. Just align it with the pre-drilled hole that you made and send in your screws. As you can see, it's on super strong using self-tapping screws. Just like customer has asked us to go that one step further to put in some nutserts into the car, which is going to be the strongest way. And if you bring the car to us, we always nutsert for you anyway. Alrighty, nutserts. Now again, this is not a necessity, it's just a stronger way to do it. Grab your step bit and enlarging your hole to 9mm. Just make sure that you don't pass 9mm, because then the hole will become too big and the nutsert will fall right through. Yeah, just be careful. Now our nutsert kit, it can be found on our website and you can buy that as an optional extra, but you will need to pick up yourself a nutsert tool, which you can pick up from any local hardware store. Now that we have our nutserts installed, a few people might be wondering, this flange sits on the outside, it sits proud of the paintwork, and then our plinth won't sit flush. We've got you covered with that. In the design of our plinth, we've got this pocket or recess here just to accommodate for that flange so that it does sit flush. So now let's put in our M6 bolt. And as you can see, it's starting to look a lot better already. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said that I would explain why you would need a replacement miniature part and in which scenarios that you might need to use them. So already it's starting to look a lot better because you don't have that excess material, but this modular plinth also allows you to run a smaller footprint number plate like signatures as well as heritage number plates that are significantly smaller than the original mounting box. Not only that, this miniature plinth is modular, and when I say modular, that means that you can run any number plate bracket that we have part of our ecosystem to bolt onto it, and if you decided to change your number plate size, then you could buy the appropriate bracket to bolt on in its place. Now, before we move on, let me explain a little bit more about this miniature plinth. This miniature plinth, you cannot buy by itself, or you can't buy it separately. You have to buy it in conjunction with a mounting bracket to complete a two-part mounting solution. And when I say matching number plate bracket, it means that you need to match up a bracket to the same size and style of your number plate. So if you had a Euro plate, then you'd get the Euro premium bracket. If you had 6-digit heritage plates, then you get the 6-digit heritage bracket. If you had standard size number plates, you'd get the standard bracket. If you had slimline size plates, you'd get the SL2 variant number plate bracket. And if you had signature, then you'd get the signature bracket. And if you had a heritage 3-digit or below, like a 2-digit 80 heritage plate, then would have to custom make a bracket specific to that plate, only because plates of that era were all handmade and they're all slightly different sizes. Now, all of our brackets are actually made out of aluminium, like you can see here. This bracket here just hasn't been powder coated or anodized black like the rest of these here. Now, with that out of the way, let me show you the different plates that we can install onto this miniature plinth. Some of the plates that are taller in size might need a spacing block. We supply 2 spacers. They're both 5mm thick and they both clip on like this and like this. So if you were running a taller plate, you might have to step it off a little bit further to accommodate for the height. If you're running a narrower or shorter plate, then you can take those spacers off so that it'll go in more. And that's because this part of the bumper is like a wedge. So the further in you go, the smaller the gap, and the further out you go, the bigger the gap. Let's get into it. Before we start installing number plate brackets, you might be wondering, what do I do with the leftover holes left over by the OEM plinth? Don't worry, we have you covered. In the kit, we'll be supplying these black dress bolts. They're made out of stainless steel and then powder coated black, so they'll never rust. And this will go and plug up your hole, so it's not just a blank hole. And it also prevents your grommet from coming out. First up, we've got our custom-made heritage bracket to suit the plate number 80. I'd bolt it about there. Realistically, you can bolt it to any one of those brass fittings and into any one of these slots. Just pick one that you like that fits the height that you require. Next up, we've got our slimline bracket. This is our SL2 bracket, which also fits the majority of number plates in Australia, measuring 372mm by 100mm tall. The only state that doesn't have this size is probably New South Wales. Now we can bolt on our number plate. Just remember to check out our optional extras that are part of our ecosystem. What I'm installing right now are security screws. It's an anti-theft fitting that just makes it a little bit harder for thieves to steal your number plate. Next up, we've got our standard bracket. Now this is where it gets a little bit complicated because the standard bracket, the standard number plates are a little bit taller. And because of its wedge-shaped design, if you don't space it out, it'll start to touch the bumper a little bit. And that's why we supply these little spacing blocks. I'm going to start off with one, and I think that should be enough to get you through to space it off the car so you can run this size of number plate. From here, you can install your number plates. Again, check out the range of optional extras that we provide part of our ecosystem. These are security screws, same as last time. It just makes it a little bit harder for thieves to steal your number plate. Next up, we've got our signature slimline bracket, which is the S1. I'm going to mount it probably there. Looks good to me. I might go down one actually. Now, if you're running the standard size signature plates, You might have to use a spacer, maybe even two, because it is significantly taller than the slim lines. Now let's clip on our spin interest plate, goes onto the top and snap bits into the bottom. And that's how you do a OEM plinth delete on a E63 W213 pre-facelift. It's completely floating. You don't have that ugly box or excess material around it, and it becomes a modular system so that you can put any number plate bracket onto it. If you guys need some help identifying which bracket you need for the number plate that you have, give us a call at flowbrackets.com.au and we can sort you out. I hope you found this video useful, and thanks for watching.